It's Ehizoje, everyone's favorite Nigerian.
This that real life shit, nigga.
I don't know.
So Beyonce. No, I'm joking.
Beyonce.
I'm joking. All right, well, shit.
Well, speaking of menages, French Montana dropped a song.
Dropped the album.
Dropped the album.
Yeah.
Mac
Dropped
and cheese
5 different versions of the album.
I did not see that. Damn.
Real or weird? Dropping 5 versions of an album. I think the collective album is 126 tracks.
Weird.
Wait.
On some, because he's trying to play the streaming numbers.
That's what most artists do now. They'll drop like the dub remix, and then they'll do the Afro beats mix, and then they'll do the house mix, and so they spread it out. They
For
don't
a
do
whole
all that.
album to have 126 total tracks.
Are these different songs or like remixes?
Yeah, like what are they? I didn't really
There's
see
a skit, then there's a skit instrumental, then there's a skit slowed down, and then there's a skit reverb.
Okay, that's weird.
He doing too much.
Yeah,
Doing 3
I thought he was doing like the house.
Loren,
mix,
real or weird?
Weird.
Mix.
Why you think it's weird?
Because he's doing too much.
What about you?
Because, okay, so
Three the guys, man.
What? So like again, maybe my opinion isn't a valid opinion because I didn't listen to any of it.
No, everything's
But
valid.
is he changing the same songs on each album or each version of the album, but it's the same song? Or is he like a whole new...
I think it's just being mixed differently each time.
Yeah, you're exhausting the music at that point. Weird.
He's doing this for streaming purposes?
Yeah, to get more plays. Real or weird?
I'm gonna have to say that's weird, especially because, like I said, I was thinking he's doing like a different like version of it every time. Like maybe one's more of like an Afro beats type version. Maybe he's doing one that's like reggaeton. You know what I mean? Like I thought he was switching it up every time. It's not just. That's crazy.
No, it's like putting out a chopped and screwed version.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
But 5 of them. Real or weird?
I think it's kind of weird. If French doesn't really care about making music and it's just like a money grab, then do what you got to do to make your bread. But if he like has some type of integrity with his artistry, it's like you kind of like oversaturating your own craft, your own little thing that you got going on. I don't know. Yeah, maybe he needs the money. I don't fucking know.
Imani, real or weird?
I think it's weird.
Why you think it's weird?
Because that's just a weird thing to do. Albums aren't supposed to have all those songs and all that. That's just weird to me. Like, what is this? Why are you doing that?
Yeah, I think it's weird too. I think it's commodifying the art too much. Like obviously it's for sale. Like everyone's gonna put their shit for sale.
Who is this?
French Montana.
Doesn't he aren't all his numbers fake anyway or something?
People do say that
They be saying he has streaming
shit.
farms and shit.
Yeah, because remember that nigga was all like, I could do a verses with Kendrick, and everyone was like, nah, bro, you stop.
It was like, nigga, you don't have no songs without features, bro. All your biggest songs have a feature from another big artist. You don't have no songs by yourself. How you gonna call out Kendrick?
His biggest song was gifted to him. Shout out to Sway Lee.
Unforgettable.
Unforgettable, man.
Sway Lee's so talented.
He is.
Inglewood's finest, right?
I fuck with Ray Sherman.
Yeah.
Wait, Sway Lee's from
Full
Inglewood?
circle.
I thought Sway Lee was from Atlanta.
Sway Lee's from Atlanta. He was born in Inglewood.
Oh,
It
okay.
was a joke from earlier.
Oh, okay.
Off mic, yeah.
My bad. I apologize.
But we'll accept him.
Yeah.
But I don't speak on all Inglewood. I'm talking shit. I don't want no Inglewood niggas. Be like, bro, what the fuck are you? Anyway.
Y'all got any pressing topics you want to talk about? It could literally be anything.
I feel like so much has happened.
No, you good?
There's so much happening.
You saw that Reesa Teesa thing on TikTok?
Oh, I did. Did you watch all 52 parts?
Are you talking about the 152?
No.
Oh my god.
It's not 152. It's just 52.
I read the clip notes.
I stopped at 6 and I just watched the cliff notes.
Give me the cliff
I
notes
sped
of
it
the
up.
cliff notes,
Okay,
please.
so her deal was that.
The dap's not gonna happen. You like that one lady that tried to dap up KD?
Everyone say bye.
Oh yeah,
Peace, as
like that one lady tried to dap up KD.
Oh,
Yeah, she called
right after
She called him a bitch.
bitch. Like,
I was like, what?
it just happened like 2 days ago or yesterday, actually.
Yeah, nah. People are crazy.
People are fucking crazy,
why,
bro.
Why you think he would want to dap you up after calling him?
Then
a
he was
bitch?
trying to tell KD about his podcast. He got, oh yeah, I have a sports podcast, and that's why I was like, and then KD was like, get the fuck out of here. He ran off.
And the funny thing is, y'all have the same build too. Like she was like a stocky like white lady.
She might be bigger than me.
High key.
Probably benches more than me.
I actually think she is.
Squats more than me. Shout out to her though.
Yeah, shout out to that white lady that tried to call KD a bitch and then dap him up after like nothing happened.
But Loren, give us the cliff notes because this story is crazy.
Okay.
So the cliff notes are basically this lady meets this man. It was before or during the pandemic? It was right before the pandemic.
Yeah, it was right before.
And then he acts like he has all this money and is trying to like give her all these things, and she's like catching little things, like he's catching his lies, but she's not calling him out on his shit. But they move in with each other to quarantine with one another. They get married
after dating for like a month.
Oh yeah, like a month, and they almost have a baby together, and they get it's like a whole thing. But she basically, long story short, she catches him in his lies, and he's always like, oh, I'm gonna buy you this Audi, or I'm gonna buy you this BMW. They go test drive. Yeah, it's a company car. I'm gonna buy you this house, and then the people who were selling them these things are like, well, we need the money, or we need this. Show me proof of funds. And he's always like, you're insulting me by asking me about that. And she's like, what the fuck's the problem? Like, just show them.
I heard I didn't watch it all, but I heard that he was a twin. I heard that he was like faking phone calls, and like faking funds, and like his twin was like working the work that he said he was doing.
Like none of his family worked with him or something.
Yeah, and like he said his stepdaughter died, and like he was a pathological liar, and like he used to wake up every morning and have these 45-minute phone calls with like fake people. But she was staying with him, and she was I think she wanted to be in a relationship so badly that she knew something wasn't right, and she started recording like voice memos saying like all the things that she knew were lies. But like one of the first lies, he said he was going to buy our house. She called the realtor, and they said they closed with like some white couple, and she knew he was lying. But she was like, he's paying all my bills, which he somehow was paying all her bills for a little bit. It was like this whole thing. But yeah, basically he just lied to her the entire relationship.
Yeah, so
about so much stuff.
Dude is a pathological liar.
Right.
He was faking calls with family members that don't fuck with him. And it was funny because, like, I guess they went to marriage counseling.
Did they? I never.
They did.
It's in the cliff notes.
No, they did. They did.
So
and
they
the
went to
marriage counselors were like, y'all ain't finna make it.
Yeah, so I guess the pastor they went to was all like, yo, if you came to me before y'all got married, I would have been like, nah, don't marry this guy. Something's off. So the fact that a nigga that don't even know y'all can tell off like first jump, like, hey, yo, this nigga full cap.
She knew. And I told my friend,
I didn't know enough.
No, she knew. And I'm gonna tell you, the chemical imbalance in a woman's brain when they're dealing with a narcissist is ridiculous. Like the way that you think you love someone, the way they make you think that you love them is. The psychology behind it is wild because you're willing to look past all these red flags because you're like, oh, but that one little thing of light, like maybe.
Yeah, I get it. Knew. But my point was the pastor knew off the first meeting.
So did she, but she just couldn't. She never.
Did she? Because
she knew.
Or is that revisionist history? She's just telling us she knew now.
Because she moved that nigga in within a month.
She knew, but you can tell she knew because she started literally recording voice memos of all the things she was lying about. But she was so scared to.
That was after shit started being like
it only
crazy.
She started recording voice memos when they were buying a house. Which was like
a
couple months in.
Yeah, if you're at the house buying stage and you don't realize the nigga you win.
She does realize, but she doesn't want to end it.
You got it.
She realizes. I feel like I've been in situations where I know it's not good, but I'm just not in any position to walk away yet. Like I have to build it up in my head and like have all this concrete evidence because it's like me versus me. The side of me that wants this to work and believe that it's true, and then the side of me that knows this isn't gonna work and this isn't true. You know what I mean?
Have any of those situations faked phone calls for hours?
No. But
and you just never met any of their family?
No.
And they keep bringing.
I personally don't let it get that far, but I know if I can go through this, there's levels to it, and I know it can be worse. So seeing her go through this and see her talking about all the things that she knew was going on under her nose, but she chose to ignore for the sake of like having a man, which is is sad and it's not a good idea and it'll leave you fucked up every time. It's real.
If I was talking to a girl and she was all like, within a month, she decides to move in with me, like she brought it up type shit, and I was just like, yeah, okay. Different. And then she was all like, oh yeah, my job gets a company car. I'm about to go get you a car right now. Which one do you want? And I tell her which one I want, and she goes, and then she comes back without the car. I'm gonna have questions, and if the questions don't add up, like I'm going to your job. I'm like, yo, where you work at? Type shit. Because I probably should already know by the time you move in with me.
She tried to do that though. She tried to get him to take her to his job,
and he didn't.
He faked a phone call.
What do you think, Jay?
Then it's Dunzo at that point. If you don't show me the job,
at that point, she knew she was just trying to like.
It's like, what are we doing?
Remote job, right?
Anyway, shout out to her. What's her name? Shout out to Reesa. Teesa.
Yeah, she's.
I hope you're on a healing journey.
She stacked up more than. I think she stacked up close to $1 million by now. I think on TikTok.
Man, every single one of those videos is viral. So yeah, good for her. It was in her cards. This is why.
Yeah. I need someone toxic to come into my life. So
I was telling my friend, if all I gotta do is talk about my toxic,
you actually do, so you can kind of open your eyes to like the possibility. Because once you're in something toxic, you really start to learn a lot about it. I've just been in a few toxic things.
I've had toxic people in my life. Not that I need that level of toxic.
That's a whole different level.
Yeah. I need story time level toxic.
I got story time level toxic. Yeah, that nigga owes me so much money.
Money. I'm sorry.
The black Trump supporter?
No.
You dated a black Trump supporter?
Not actually, but like emotional distress. I should sue him. You should.
It was before Trump was a thing.
Oh.
And then he eventually became a Trump supporter.
Because you're like the complete opposite of what a Trump supporter is. So that's surprising.
No, I know. Yeah. We could do the story time if the money comes in.
Oh, she gonna save it. she gonna like the money, right?
Gotta go on Patreon.